Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, January 16th, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi. Hello, different angle. And our energy mantra for today is I have the authority to decide. And we've got an interesting astro day. We have Mercury shifting signs. So I'm going to start there. Mercury is shifting from the sign of Capricorn into Aquarius. And I love this for this energy mantra. I have the authority to decide, because Mercury lights up that mental energy. And at 29 degrees Capricorn, we really do want to instill in our mental energy that authority vibration, that you do have this level of authority over your life and how you speak and what you decide. So just keep that in mind. And I think that goes really strongly with another part of the astro that we'll get into in just a second. Mercury in Aquarius. Now, the first thing I want to say about this is that when Mercury changes signs, it can feel a little bit like a retrograde, especially as Mercury is shifting into the sign Aquarius, which has very strong electrical energies. Mercury in Aquarius may feel very overstimulating, very overstimulating. It can really make it start feeling like, oh my God, the vibrations. And that's the thing, is you want to be aware of the vibrational energies and how they're showing up and how you are showing up in the vibrational energy. Mercury can always attune us and align us with our consciousness. So how is your consciousness in regards to your vibrations and to your mental energies, and even what you're aligning yourself with? Being very aware. What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you talking to? What are the thoughts that your brain waves are doing? Being in tune and in touch with those things will help you with this transit. One of the things I always say with Aquarius energy is that it can open you up to community. And I often talk about, with Aquarius, getting in touch with our community outside this realm. Really having contact, dialogue with the other side, your counsel on the other side. And I gotta tell you, in crazy astro like this, it really is helpful and supportive. Oh, I have a story. Helpful and supportive to have energies on the other side that can see from a different perspective versus the human perspective. So just keep that in mind, especially if you need a little vibrational shift. What I was gonna say is today, when I was driving, I passed by one car that said "Hello," E-L-L, and then a 0. And the next car was 444, and I was like, oh, the angels are saying hi. And then driving home, I saw another "Hello," and I was like, who is trying to connect with me? And my friend suggested that it was my dad. So I just thought that was really cute. The energies are there, but Mercury in Aquarius, tune into this. This is also great for tuning into your inner genius, tuning into ideas. Aquarian energy is innovative. So if you've been struggling with, well, what is the solution to something? Look into Aquarian energy. And Aquarian energy can compartmentalize, and sometimes that can help us put things in places and then see what else is there to create new solutions. That's how I'm kind of like seeing those energies. So keep that in mind, but one of the most important things, get grounded. I think that's a really important Aquarian energy. With the Aquarian glyph, do I have it on my thing right here? I think it's not in the picture, or I don't see it if it is. No, it's behind the table. There's the glyph. It's the 2 wavy lines. And I sometimes think those wavy lines represent as above, so below. And so we want to make sure that we're not just staying out here in La La Land in the inspiration of Aquarius, but really getting ourselves grounded so these ideas can come in and through the channel, and with all this Capricorn, become something. All right, so that's our shift of the day. One of the interesting things, I don't talk about this too often, but we have an interesting square, and I do think this is coming up somewhat. So Eris. Eris is a dark goddess dwarf planet in the sign of Aries. Eris is currently at 23 degrees Aries, which means Saturn and Ceres are right there squaring this Eris vibration. So Eris can represent upheaval. Like, she is the yin that will not be silent. You know, we have like that kind of like calm, gentle, nurturing yin. And then we have like the Liliths and the Erises and the Kalis that are like, we need to stand for change. Eris stands for change. And it's interesting that Eris is squaring Saturn. This Saturn energy that can, how we've made it into where we've kind of conditioned it, good word, is upholding the old, the structures of old. And so my feeling is that with this square of Eris is that the yin in all of us is standing up and being like, hey, this isn't right. Now it's interesting because I have the receptivity card in reverse and I'm kind of feeling this. Like, is the world completely ready for Eris? Some are, but many are not. And so you may feel jarred by it in yourself, regardless of where you are on the spectrum. This Eris energy may be coming up against you, or not up against you, but up against things that are in your life where you're like, this isn't fair, this needs to change. The yin needs to be heard and seen and part of the new foundation. And so it's just interesting that we have this square with Capricorn. Watch where the ways of the old are not honoring the power, the voice, the energy, even the chaos of the yin. The world does need the chaos of the yin. So just be aware of that. We are also going to be building into a square with Pluto that it's going to be happening, I believe, on the 26th. So we have a little bit of time before then. But it is a powerful energy. And I do feel like this is kind of rattling the yin in people. It's also interesting because the moon can also represent yin energy, although it's in Libra, so balance. The moon in Libra today is making all the squares. The moon in Libra is squaring Jupiter. The moon in Libra is squaring Pluto. The moon in Libra is squaring the South Node. The moon in Libra is squaring Saturn. The moon in Libra is squaring Ceres. So I think the moon in Libra in this equation, especially with this Eris square, which, to be fair, we have a T-square. The moon in Libra is opposite Eris. It's showing us where we have come so far out of balance that there needs to be some level of ruckus raised. Now, what is your ruckus? For some people, the ruckus is dancing in the fountain. For some people, the ruckus is raising their voice. For some people, it's about taking a quiet stand. It's not up to you to judge what this ruckus is, where this upheaval comes from. But I do encourage you to listen to that voice inside you that's saying this isn't right and this isn't balanced. And again, see how you can make it right, at least within yourself, and work on that balance within yourself. We are undoing lifetimes. Transformation card in the past lives. Sorry, transformation card and the past lives card. We are doing lifetimes, undoing lifetimes of suppression of the yin. And some of it has been so subtle and some has been less than subtle. And yet all of it has been damaging to all of us. And so it is a time of liberation and understanding of this energy. It's going to happen moment by moment, but I'm assured of success in and through this. But be willing to speak up and use your voice, or again, however it occurs for you. Take action, Eris and Aries. Take action where it is applied for you. So that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you, and you do 100% have the power. Namaste.